So vision refers to the long-term aspiration of management for its organization. Key characteristics of visions are it integrates the envisioned future as well as the core ideology of the company. It visualizes the strategic course for the next 10 to 30 years in general. It should be able to create emotions and motivate people to pursue the vision within organization. It should not be too long. Examples of visions are to be the most admired bank of Nepal by providing best possible financial solutions to all in a highly responsible manner, maybe in 10 to 15 years. Another example can be the vision to become first Reliance Bank in is to be recognized as the largest and most profitable bank in South Carolina within certain period of time. For example, within 20 years of the time span. So mission is the basic purpose for which an organization exists. So it tells who we are and what we do. Key characteristics of mission statement include it should be broad in scope, should include diverse elements to justify its reason for existence in the eyes of different stakeholders. It should be enduring or long lasting. Should not be too long. And generally 50 to 100 words. It should be simple to understand yet inspiring. So as a whole, mission is like the bullet activities or certain tasks that organizations operates within in order to achieve the vision of the organization. It is like action plan. So mission statement components scope. So it includes, as you can see from the mission elements, these are product, services, markets, technology, survival, growth, profit, philosophy or declaration of attitude, self-concept, competitive advantage, public image through social policy, concern for employees, customers, products, services, etc. So a good mission statement is broad, and in order to be broad, it should include many components as possible from 9 essential elements. Products and services. Mission statements should clearly reveal what product and services they produce and sell, that may be education, banking sector, etc. Products, consumer. So who are the firm's customer? It should define the answer of this question. In which ways companies are concerned about fulfilling customer expectations. So it is necessary to articulate concern for customers as well. Third is market. A good mission statement also specifies in which geographical market a company sell its products and services, whether it is local, national, regional, or global. So that is what market is. Technology. In today's world of business, technology can contribute to internal efficiency, including cost reduction, quality enhancement, customization, and so on. Therefore, whether the company is technologically correct or not and is concerned about using state-of-art technology or not, if yes, it is good. 5. Concern for survival, growth, and profitability. In order to, in order to maintain company existence in eyes of stakeholders concerned for survival, growth, and profit, it is important. It is also important only when company clearly articulate its concerned about survival, growth, and profit potential. Investors will be interested to invest. Obviously, it is only possible when company can clearly at least show that it can do this task, or has growth projections of this area in order to attract the potential investors. It is directly a concern for stakeholders, but indirectly to employees country as well. 6. Philosophy or declaration of art attitudes. There are different kinds of philosophy. In case of a mission statement, we talk about moral philosophy and ethical priority of the firm. If there is any such philosophy and ethical priority, it should be mentioned in mission statement. 6. Self-concept. In other words, self-concept indicates major um, soon of competitive advantage. It is the most important component to be included in mission statement. What does it mean then? It raises questions such as who am I? What are my strengths? The strength may be ability to produce in less cost, high quality products and services, differentiation, etc. It can come from different source, not a single one which needs to be mentioned in mission statement. 8. Concern for image. Though public image may be enhanced through different things, it mainly focus on community and environmental responsibilities. If the company wants to justify its reason for existence by clearly articulating that we are responsible for community in which it operates and very concerned about environment integrity. Concern for employees. Today, managers have come to realize that it is people and employees who make the organization. Therefore, many organizations have realized that employees are very important assets of the organization. So, these are the examples of mission statement. Nepal Telecom, as a progressive, customer-spirited and consumer-responsive entity, is committed to provide nationwide reliable telecommunication service to serve as an impetus to the social, political, and economic development of the country. Another example of mission statement is to provide innovative banking services in the ways customers want to be served in every nook and corner of the country, and help the organization achieve its cherished mission of socio-economic transformation. In doing so, we will use state-of-the-art technology and make best use of resources, talking into action. So, in doing so, we will use state-of-art technology and make best use of resources, taking into account the requirements of people, profit, and planet. So here are the process of developing mission statement. Like mission statement requires complex intellectual thinking process because it should not be prepared just by thinking stakeholders. So the question is, what are the alternatives of preparing mission statement depending upon the nature of organization, available resources, and so on? Obviously. So alternative number 1 is involving all managers in the process. All the managers are involved in this process. However, among all managers, anyone should take the role of moderator, and he or she asks all the managers to review the relevant and best practices, because such theories articles give broad insights as well as other industries mission statement which are assumed to be good should be reviewed. As a manager, everyone needs to make one statement through practical and theoretical review based on their own experience. After that, a discussion should be held, and everyone should present their statement and justification. Now, the discussion is held. Moderator collects all the statement and merge it into a single document. Distribute copies of document to all as to review them and ask managers to come up with modified version of the statement. Again, in the next round, a discussion is held. Moderator adds, deletes, modify things as needed, and everyone try to reach a conclusion, consensus. And if they couldn't reach to a single conclusion, voting is done. Majority of votes will decide then. The good thing is, a good thing about this alternative is everyone is involved, and so sense of ownership is there. And the limitation is costly due to huge time, but there are less number of managers. It could be, if there are less number of managers, it could be appropriate. Moving on to alternative number 2, forming a task force of selected managers. Different level of managers, including top level or cross-functional area managers representation could be made. Also, identifying person with creative analytics mind could also be brought into action. Transform should be made in such a way that it includes all level managers, as mentioned above. In this way, task force could be created. This should be made to discuss, debate, and give them responsibility to come up with final version by conducting meetings or discussion often. But task force, however, don't approve final version. Its top level on is required to approve it. So moving on to alternative 3, seeking the help of external consultant. In case of big work, proposal could be made, but in case of like a small consultant can be hired by saying he or she is good enough and ask him to develop terms of reference. Consultants shouldn't be provided all things to do by themselves. They need to be given input either by conducting workshops so as to make them aware. Consultant prepare final draft and hand over it to the company. Mission statement should be communicated to employees through videotapes and also to stakeholders through website and other documents. Like prepare final version and share it in any kind of forms and be communicated. So evaluating mission statements. So there is no universally accepted approach to evaluate the mission statement. However, the mission statement can be evaluated based on following criteria. Number 1, board or not. Based on the inclusion of 9 essential components we discussed earlier, it shall be discussed it is board or not. Inspiring or not. Based on presence of wow factor in the eyes of different stakeholders. Number 3, enduring, long-lasting or not. It shall ensure that it is enduring and long-lasting. Number 4, mission statements shall not be too short, but also it should not be too long. Fifth criteria can be, like it must give clear meaning or the words should not be randomly assembled. Strategic intent. So basic intention of the strategy, it is basic intention of the strategy which is generally reflected to vision, mission and strategic objective. So strategic intent refers to the purpose of organization which it strives for. It generally overlaps the concepts of mission and vision. However, it may also be expressed in terms of hierarchy and strategic intent, broad and long term to specific and medium short term. In this way, strategic intent is a framework which provides a basic direction to the entire organization. This concept was first introduced by Gary Hamel and C.K. Prahlad. Thus, a broader sense, strategic intent can be presented in a hierarchy. Number one, vision and mission. Number two, business definition in terms of products, geographic markets, customer groups, etc. Number three, strategic objectives. Strategic intent could be realistic or idealistic. Yet, in both the cases, it is essentially a desired aim to be achieved. Simply stated, strategic intent is the basic intention of the firm, which sets the context for strategy formulation. So, these are the questions that you can discuss for regarding the mission statements. So you can pick any company and develop some criteria for evaluating a mission statement. So based on the criteria you have developed, evaluate the following missions, evaluate the mission statements of following companies given in this slide, but you can choose any company you like. In the slides, there are Adelic Motor Company, Dell Computer, Nobel Bank Limited, Bhutwal Power Company Limited, First Microfinance Development Bank Limited. So these are the examples, or how to do a sample of mission statement or this question.